Utah is full of ghost towns. Of course, to be a ghost town, people have to have lived there at some point.
Well, that's what makes a 4-acre spot in Box Elder County kind of unique. No one's ever lived there, and it was never a town. But as news specialist Alex Cabrera found out, maybe one day it'll become its own country.
It's like a little finger that meets the desert.
When you're in the middle of nowhere,
that's where we're headed.
It would be easy to panic.
It's harsh and it's desolate.
Zach Landsberg has hiked here several times to a 4-acre piece of land in northwestern Box Elder County he bought online 10 years ago.
When I first came out here, it was just numbers on a GPS.
Living in New York City, he couldn't believe just how remote it was. Roughly 60 miles from the closest town, 15 miles from a paved road, and a 2-mile hike off a dirt road.
Over the years, that's been a hassle, but I've kind of grown to like it.
That's because when you eventually get to Zach's land, that's when you enter the Republic of Zakistan.
Out here, it's not that crazy of an idea to have your own little spot and to do your own thing and to have the space and kind of the privacy to do that.
On the night Zach brought us to Zakistan, the first thing he did was raise his country's flag. Then in the morning, he checked to see if his past projects are still there. The Border Patrol gate, the bunker of supplies, and the robot sentries guarding his land, though it looks like the desert claimed this one. So Zach and his friends built a bigger robot.
It kind of brings out the crazy people around him. We're like, hey, something stupid to do, we're in.
Yeah, to many people, this may seem stupid, but the idea behind it all is something Zach has been thinking about.
The conceptual goal is I want it to be a real country. I mean, that goal is like, it's not going to happen. It's impossible, but going through the motions, trying to make that happen.
Of course, Zach knows Zakistan isn't a legitimate country. No official countries recognize it or anything like that. But as an art project, he is very interested in seeing just how far he can push it as a country.
My goal is to kind of like probe those little areas to try and find what that does mean. Zakistan works the best, I think, when it's wedged up against the real world and interacts, or when the passports circulate.
That's right, Zakistani passports that look and feel real. You even get stamped when entering and exiting his land.
If you have something that looks official, most of the times people will treat it official.
Which is exactly what he's doing here, trying to make his sovereign nation look legitimate.
Legitimacy is one of those things that's fairly subjective to begin with, but when we're talking about does it exist, there's no question about it.
He pays property taxes to Box Elder County, though he calls them tributes to keep relations friendly. He's also hesitant to reveal exactly where Zakistan is because he doesn't want people getting lost or hurt in such a remote area. But he is proud of what his land has become, somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, that's sort of the kind of official, unofficial motto. Zakistan is something from nothing.
Yes, Zakistan may not be a country, but it is real. From the Republic of Zakistan, Alex Cabrera, KSL 5 News.